living a normal life became a trend, and why is it affecting us without us even knowing it? Hello, I'm Sadaf, and today I'm going to talk about not everything needs to be a trend. Hello, and this is a fact that we are keeping forgetting about, because not everything needs to be a slash TikTok. Like, we have coffee tuk, we have mom tuk, we have everything. We have X tuk, we have N tuk, and this is getting bizarre. In this video, I'm going to dissect it. How is it affecting our life without us even knowing it? How to avoid it or even control it? And why is it so damaging? And people are just unaware of the effects of all of this overconsumption, underconsumption, and how turning every little bit of your daily life to a trend is basically ruining it for us. Things like overconsumption and underconsumption never existed before. We had extremism, which has been always occurring in the history from the old times, when royals and aristocrats used to overconsume basically everything because it was coming from greed. They wanted to have more of everything that they could see, because they thought that if they are not having it all, maybe it's gone forever, and what they would do without it. It basically came from a habit of greed. And to be honest, greed is not something new. It has been since the ages and since humans take over the planet. The problem arises when we turn this greed into something normalized and a habit, a lifestyle, a cutesy thing. Why do we even have to turn a bad habit, something that's discouraged in almost everywhere? I'm not talking religiously, but still, why do we like to normalize bad habits and turn them into trends that other people might benefit from? And that other people are social medias and companies. The reality is that extremism and overconsumption is nothing new, and they have been here since the ages, but unfortunately, because the social media is playing the most important role in here, we are seeing that actually it has profit. And you know how big tech loves profit? So everything that has profit, they are going to actually benefit from it, and they do not care is it harming others or is it even affecting us negatively. They just want more money, and with more money comes more benefits, and they don't care what is the source of it, just more money. Truth is that extreme content has always been an attention grabber, and it's more shareable. It creates more engagement through rage baiting. I know how people say in marketing that bad reputation is still good reputation because still you are being reputable. Here's the same thing. When people see some content that extremes, for example, trends of overconsumption like restocking, and when people are basically buying things in bulk that they do not need of, or they have a guest house that they are trying to restock, that's when we are enraged. And this rage comes from us being angry about those people not realizing what they are doing or just faking it. And what do? We put comments on them, and these comments, believe it or not, creates more engagement, and more engagements means more reach, more views, and basically more money, both for the creator and the company that's advertising the video. So this is an infinite loop that we are stuck in, because we are enraged, we put comments, we are trying to stop something, but by actually trying to stop it, we are encouraging it more, because more engagement equals more views. And that's a thing that people don't realize, how extreme content works well in social media, and it's regardless of the niche. And unfortunately, believe it or not all people are sane. So many people are actually falling into these trends of extremism, and they don't care if it is harming the environment, themselves, their economy, their life. They just want to follow something because why not? Because they want to look like others. People are falling into a rabbit hole of impulse buying. And impulse buying was never something that people used to do, because if you wanted to buy something, you have to put the effort. And the impulse was not even close to something that we have right now. When we saw something in the media, and I mean by TV or just an actor or actress wear it, or in TV series, shows, music videos, we would be influenced to buy that. But the impulse purchase was so much further than what we have experienced today. Before that, when we used to impulse shop, we would take the effort to actually find what that person is wearing. We would search for it on every website possible, or there were some pages that would recommend that, and then we had to put the effort, find that store, drive to it, then actually pay maybe in cash or credit card and see that money actually going away from my card and then coming back, waiting for it. And it was a whole process. Our impulse purchases, although it was basically choosing in seconds and deciding it, was still requiring a lot of effort to do. And nowadays this effort has vanished, disappeared completely from our lives. With the emergence of shops like Amazon Shop and TikTok Shop, you are basically 2 clicks away minimum from purchasing that. And impulse shopping has never been easier, which is ironically so dangerous, because although it's much easier to purchase something in matter of seconds and get it delivered to maybe less than 48 hours on your door, this is becoming dangerous because you are buying without thinking about if you ever need it. You are just buying it because you are having this FOMO, the feeling of missing out, that what happens if I don't buy it? What if it's the most important thing that I need in my life, which isn't, you don't need that. And the emergence of these online shopping platforms have made the line between wanting and needing completely blurry, or maybe even disappeared. Before, we would think about it. Do we want this? Do we genuinely like to have it, although it adds no value to our life and it's going to be a waste of money? Or do we need it? This is something that we genuinely need it. It's going to improve our life. It's going to be something that is fixing a problem in my life. Or is it both? So this line used to be pretty distinct, because before we had this thought process, before buying anything, when we wanted to buy something, we had to decide, we had to choose, we had to wait or even prepare for it, search for it. And through these processes that we were making until we reach our purchase, and it was basically our customer journey, we had enough time to cancel it, to forget about it, to decline it. But nowadays, with the speed of shopping that we are in, this line is non-existent. You want something, buy it. It's just a matter of seconds, tomorrow it's on your door. And what happens is the overconsumption or accumulation of so many things, the clutter that we are basically suffocating in, of every kind of trash that you could think of that we don't need and we never needed. And it shouldn't be even produced on that massive scale, because I know this is cliche, but I really think that people could share and people could use their resources in better ways. And the constant exposure to all of these trends and lifestyle makes a fear of keeping up, because you constantly want to keep up with the last thing, with the last dress, with the best fleece-lined leggings, with whatever that's trending right now. And you have this urge of keeping up with things that you would have never kept up if it wasn't for social media. What were we doing like 10-15 years ago when we saw something in actress or singer wearing it, and we knew that, oh my god, that's the most newest and coolest thing that everyone has ever wear? And I remember that with, I think it was Hannah Montana. She used to wear those jeans that were bedazzled, I think. It's a blurry memory, but I vividly remember that bedazzled jeans were thing of a past, and I really wanted it and I was looking for it everywhere. And finally I saw one in a boutique, and when I saw it in person, I was like, oh no, that's never something that I would ever wear. And I'm glad that I hadn't the option of impulse purchasing, because if I had, I would have bought it, and I would bought a couple of models of it in different colors and then instantly regret it. And where would it go? Maybe a charity shop, or in other people's cases, trash. And the sad part is that because we know that the algorithm is actually pushing up these people. I mean, look at their views. Look how many millions of views people are receiving from posting this extremist content. Influencers and content creators know that this content is being pushed, so they are deliberately producing more of it without knowing even what consequences does it has. And as we have seen, after the TikTok ban and so many confessions that people made in these restocking accounts or the overconsumption accounts, a lot of them were lying. And actually, when they are lying to your faces, you know that this content is purely made for the sake of content. And they might never actually use what they are showing. So what's the point? They are showing something that they may never use, and they are creating content for people that they actually may never use that either. So it's a lost-lost situation. And the reason that you see it everywhere and you feel like you have been bombarded with this kind of content is basically because everyone is copying others. Everyone wants to be an influencer and they are doing their fair share of overconsumption in some way to just mimic others that have been benefiting from the algorithm. And the sad part is that when a lot of people are trying to have a small share of this situation, it turns out it's like a snowball effect, and it's going to get bigger and bigger. More people post and suddenly your feed is flooded with this overconsumption restocking content. But a very important thing is that people don't follow these trends just because. People follow these trends because there is a psychology behind them. There is a reason why people fall into these rabbit holes, and a lot of it is unconsciously, and they are not aware of they are falling into it. It's like going with a crowd and then you just trusting whoever is in front of you like a sheep, and then just falling into whatever hole that's been designed for you. In this part, I'm going to talk about actually what socially is happening, what is the psychology behind it, and how it's affecting people. And the first one is actually social proof. Social proof is the sheep theory. If everyone else is doing it, then this might be right. If 20 million people or 15 million people have viewed this content, have proved it by liking and commenting on it, then it might be right? And I know that you might think, oh my god, who thinks like that? That's the sad part. A lot of people. When you think that you are sane, always remember that there is more insane people than you. And that's a reality that we keep forgetting about. The other very important factor is actually FOMO, or feeling of missing out. And FOMO has been a really important factor on every social media content that you have ever seen. Everyone is kind of trying to create a little percentage of unconsciously FOMOing people into, you need this, and if you are not buying this, you are missing out. Of course, they're saying it because they are earning commissions from it, but still. And what FOMO does is it's creating a type of urgency. This is urgent. You need it right now. And we have seen this a lot in TikTok shop lives. People are saying, you need this right now. You are missing out. They are basically saying the word. It's not even hidden anymore. And the interesting thing is that they are trying some tactics that is influencing people to actually be in that missing out, be in that urgency situation, like putting timers or limited time offers. And when you see that big red timer going off in like 10 seconds, you are thinking, oh my god, if this 10 seconds goes off and I'm not doing what they are saying to do, bad things would happen. And we know that nothing would happen if that timer goes off. But when you are not aware of your situation, when you have been so much influenced into this content that you are basically unaware of the line between your wants and needs, you have no idea what would happen if that timer goes off. You just want to stop that timer, or you just want to be in the saved group, the ones that are feeling good. To the third factor, which is actually the dopamine hit. We as humans, we love to be winners. We love to be in a good group, in a winners group, in a group that's been praising, and the ones that are winning in every part of life. When you are in the group that actually bought the thing before the timer goes off, you kind of feel this dopamine hit. I was the one, I was chosen. And we have this constant need to be in the chosen group. And it has been proven so many times that following a trend or actually joining a kind of group or being that chosen one gives you a dopamine hit. And when you are following a trend that's very popular or just something that you know people are being praised for, you feel good, you feel excited, you feel something like, oh, I am good, I am better, I am winning. And that's dopamine hit is very addictive. It's like eating that first piece of chocolate. You know you want more, and you know that wanting more is not good for you, but we live only once. Let's have that piece of chocolate. Believe it or not, the last one is actually brain rot. Does anybody else hate this word brain rot? Because I hate it so much. I think it's just a really disgusting word to say, brain rot. Brain rot. Anyway, a lot of people are unaware of being influenced. And the whole point of a good influencer is someone who is affecting you without you feeling that you're affected. Because when we know that we are being influenced, when we know that someone is pushing something to us, we kind of feel held back. We are like, oh, how dare you influence us? How dare you tell me what to do? How dare you tell me buy this, do that? That's why the whole subliminal and unconscious affecting of these trends work. When someone is posting a restocking video and they are not telling you that you should restock it, that you should do it, otherwise bad things, X things would happen to you, they're not even saying anything. And that video has no audio. It's just an ASMR of people putting things in order into a jar that's not supposed to be in that jar. And when you see that, you are not being told that you need to do that, but you are being affected by all of the visual and other senses that if you don't do that, you're not good enough. You are not that cool person with so many different rows of so many different things that nobody ever needs. And that's the unaware influence situation that it's very dangerous, because if you are not thinking about what you have been consuming, I think you should think twice. The next thing is actually the labeling problem. Before that, before all of this trying to exclude, living within your needs or beneath your needs was called having a normal life. Now it's underconsumption. People are treating living normally as underconsumption, like it's a new discovered thing. It's something that we have never seen before. Wow, what do you mean you have one pair of shoes? Only a bag that works multi-purposely? Oh my god, wow, genius, unbelievable. Who would thought that? If only poor people knew that they don't need to buy 10 bags every season. Wow. This is something that's not only baffling me, but a lot of people. This is the disconnection that's happening between normal people and people that are out of their mind. Buying within your means, buying something that you only need and not only things that you want, is not a revolutionary discovery. It's actually called having common sense and living normal life. For example, yesterday actually I was going to shop and I always wanted a brown bag. Always. And I had never owned anything brown in my life. No brown clothes, dresses, skirts, nothing. So I, in my 27 so years of life, had never a need of buying something brown. Although I know that the whole chocolate thing, whole chocolate color trend and the color of the year is brown and everyone using it and it actually looks good on me. So I had no idea why do I really want to buy this brown bag. Now I am thinking, do I really like it because I like it? But common sense hit me and I realized that I have absolutely no need to buy this brown bag because I have nothing to wear with it. I have nothing to match with it, and I know that I would never wear it because I have nothing brown basically. Why would I need something brown suddenly? Because someone told me, because it's flooded in social media. A while ago, actually, I bought a burgundy bag instead. I know it's still trendy, but it was a want. Why? Because majority of my wardrobe is actually burgundy. If you look at my Instagram, you will see like all of my clothes are burgundy. I love burgundy. It looks great on me. I have coats, blouses, dresses. I have everything in burgundy. So buying that bag in burgundy would only make sense, and it was a good bag because I actually needed it. I didn't have any burgundy bag, and it was really interesting because why didn't I have one? So that was kind of a conscious purchase. I thought about it. I thought, do I need it? Do I want it? How would I use it? How many uses am I getting from it? Is it actually good quality? I researched it, and it took me a week to actually buy a really good leather burgundy bag because that was a purposeful purchase. But the major problem that we have with labeling is that it loses that common sense. So you're buying something for the sake of over or under consumption. You're buying something because it's a part of a trend, not because you wanted or needed it. The moment that you are labeling a behavior or just something that you used to do normally before, it turns into a lifestyle. So for example, some people say that, yeah, I am living a minimalistic lifestyle, I am a maximalist, I am under consuming, and which is basically minimalism. And that's when you are not buying it because of the needs and wants or the actual purpose of that item. You're buying it to fit into that lifestyle, and that's very dangerous because that lifestyle has also a meaning on it. The whole meaning of minimalism, which is basically underconsumption, is to buy within your needs, buy what you need, and not excessive buying. But when you try to purchase, for example, a lamp just because it fits into the minimalism style, now that's actually overconsumption, and you can easily overconsumed on minimalism. One thing that people forget is that the whole point of minimalism or underconsumption, living normally, living beneath or just as your needs, is buy what you need for that purpose and not just because it's a lifestyle. And if you are seeing whatever that fits on that style, for example, a beige lamp, a beige mini lamp, a beige large lamp, and I'm giving lamp. You're just buying so many little stuff just because it fits into that lifestyle. It has lost its meaning because you are not buying something because you actually believe in that lifestyle. You're buying it because of the label, and that's totally different. That's messing with the whole reason that people are choosing that lifestyle. People are not deliberately choosing being minimalist. People are not deliberately choosing to underconsume. So many people have to do that. So many people have no other option to buy something that they want because they don't have the money, they don't have the place, they are not capable of purchasing it. And when rich people, influencers are trying to show that they are joining this lifestyle trend, it's actually offensive to people that have to be in that lifestyle. Because let's be honest, nobody is forced to live a overconsumption life or extravagant, very excessive lifestyle. Nobody is forced to have 10 pairs of shoes in the different colors in the same model. Nobody is forced to have tens of thousands of blushes and makeup that's going to expire and never be used. That's a choice, and that's a privilege that people forget about. But underconsumption is not a choice. It's not even a lifestyle. It's a habit or something that people are forced and are obligated to do because they have no other choice. When you are buying 2-3 different blushes, or why I'm giving I think the reason I am giving the sample of brushes is because I love blushes, is because people have the option, people have the money or even have the storage to put that. I have 2 blushes, one is cream and one is powder, and I'm basically having difficulty to put those blushes into place because they keep falling out. I don't have enough space. But if you have the privilege of owning so many organization storage places to put all of those extra stuff that you bought, then that's a privilege. That's not a trend. That shouldn't be labeled. That's just a privilege that you have because you own more money. That's it. That's not something that other people should follow because it's getting more views or they're fearing of missing out. Oh, what if I don't have 10 colors of each model? Nobody has ever had the need of having the 10 colors of each model. Unless, I don't know, you're a painter and artist, then yeah, coloring pencils, you should have different colors of a model. Like, that's not negotiable. But makeup and skincare, which have different purposes, that's totally different. And so many people are not choosing to have 1 or 2 of everything. That's what they have to do, and that's what they have no other option of doing it. And one of the last problems that I want to mention is that because we consume so much content in our daily life and we are basically a part of so many other people, we are disconnected with our own life. Imagine you are like consuming content 4-6 hours a day and you're basically watching other people's lives over and over again, and you are a part of their life, their trends and what they're promoting, and you're spending more time on what they are showing you than you're spending time on your own life. And that's especially dangerous if you are easily affected, if you are not mature enough to realize that what you're consuming is affecting you. And when you have this disconnection with your own life and being so much a part of someone else's life, then you have to think about yourself. Am I trying to be someone else? Am I trying to be a part of that influencer's lifestyle that I've lost what I am in, what I'm living in basically? And people are going in debts and financial struggle to fake a lifestyle that they are never in it. In the last video, I talked about how hard it was for me to create content because I was trying to be someone that I'm not, and that's come from just talking. I wasn't spending on anything, or I wasn't creating or buying anything. I was just trying in act and in action and not something physical. And imagine the mental toll and the negative effects that it had in me. So just think about diving blindly into a lifestyle of someone that you know nothing about them, that you cannot replace them, and it's negatively affecting you would be just devastating. And we keep forgetting that a lot of these influencers, believe it or not, they came from wealthy privileges and backgrounds. We don't know that what their life used to look like when they weren't on social media. We don't know if they have rich parents or they have just brought up in a rich community, and that makes a lot of difference because they have never experienced a normal life. I know a lot of people that they have never been poor. They have never struggled to put food on their plate at night. They had never had the problem of looking at price tags, and that's really dangerous because if you have never had a problem of looking at a price tag, of looking at something that you don't want, you don't need, but you actually want it, then you have no realization of this real life. You have no connections or understanding of what balance is. And when you have no idea or no experience and exposure to what a balanced, normal life, not someone who is very poor, not someone who is very well off, then you're constantly balancing in between to find your place. These people are so lost that they have no idea where they're going. They are constantly trying to put themselves in a cage, in a label, just to show that we belong. And that's a sad truth that unfortunately a lot of these people mimic other people's lives, mimic their decisions, and they trust the influencers' instinct more than themselves, more than they trust their own decisions, because they think if they are promoting that, if they are showing the benefits, or if they are just being better than us, then I should trust them. Maybe they are better than me, and that's the reason I'm trusting them with everything, with every purchase. And it's the hard-earned money that's washing away on the drain and going to the landfill. And people are so disconnected from their own trust in issues that they are just jumping with head into this loophole of overconsumption, underconsumption, constant labeling, and it's just endless. You are trying to be a part of a community that you never belonged in the first place. Next time that you are seeing a content and you have been influenced, or you are seeing a trend that is a bit bizarre to you, ask yourself, do I want it? Do I need it? And am I trying to be a part of a group that it's not aligning with my values and my lifestyle? Or am I just enjoying it as a content? Because it's okay to enjoy content. Believe me, I do like to watch those restocking content as a guilty pleasure, because I like the click sounds, and that's one of the reasons that it gets so many views, because we like that click sound that it makes when they are pushing all of the cartons into the fridge. Consuming media consciously and being aware of what you are consuming and choosing to be affected or not is the difference that it will make in your daily life. You can see whatever type of content that you like, but being conscious about choosing a side, choosing when you turn off that phone is gone. It was just entertainment, like watching a movie. When we watch a movie, we are not changing our whole life and decisions based on what we saw in a movie. It was a movie. We know that it was a movie, and we know that they were actors. And the problem comes when we forgot that a lot of those influencers are acting. They've confessed so many times. They've said that the whole house or the room that they're trying to show is just a setup. Just because they are not famous, called actors or actresses, doesn't mean that we should trust them with our life and every decision. We should still think about them as like watching a movie. We don't change our life because we saw something in a movie, and that's same with social media. So all in all, thank you for listening to this long video, and I really appreciate it if you enjoyed this so far. And if you want to learn more about the effects of social media, consumerism, and how to actually control it, I would love it if you subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. I will answer to all of them. And I post daily videos on leveling up your life and career on my Instagram, so go and follow it. I would love to have you there. Thank you so much for watching. And before you go, I have actually made another video for you right here that I think you should watch it. So until next time, bye.